Silver Surfer. Crazy soundtrack. Bow, 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 bow. My guess is that this is not going to work. Vertical, horizontal. Let's see how we get this controller hooked. Would really prefer that. Holding the share button, press and hold for 5 seconds. Alright, it's a PlayStation 3 controller. Comment received. Stated how to install that really works. In fact, it works on unofficial PlayStation gamepads based on the searches. It seems that Reddit posts are all outdated. Yeah, this is also kind of outdated. User account control. Download. Maybe it just will work out of the box. Let's see. Guess not. Just to download the pairing tool. Let's try it. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Hold down the pair button and the receiver to connect to via. There. Connect PlayStation to tree. Hold down the pair, connect it. Just keep it rerunning the same crap. Hold down pair button of a receiver. Nah, I don't have that. Oh, that didn't work. It's fine. I kind of had a feeling. Do 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 do. Not that. No, let's just scratch that for now. I think I did all this. Got this going. Confused on why this isn't working. It's trigger, that's why. No, it's not a trigger. Interesting. Let's just... I don't really want to get rid of everything. Let's just add... I shouldn't... Come on, that's not what I wanted. Always something with Unity, I swear. Rigid body. Maybe it's confused by all the crap I got plugged in. Probably why. Just unhook, restart maybe. I still think it's weird that it didn't save any of my progress. Maybe my projection's off, main camera, that's not really gonna matter. Alright. It's not being able to pick up my controller. Alright, at least it works now. Yep. Okay. We got a collider. We do. Alright, I feel like that is happening because it's on discrete. Oh, it's still going through. I wonder why that's like that. These are my concerns right now, I guess. Alright. To make a tank produce an engine idle sound, you need to add audio source. That's like a speaker that plays the sound. When you're running your project, you may have seen an error that states variable. Maybe. Not necessarily. audio source. Select the audio source picker, select engine idle. Enable loops in the checkbox. Play on awake, bypass. Set play button to test the sound. There's no play button. Okay, I guess there is. Okay. Alright, engine loop play. At this point, your tank will reduce an idle sound. Oh, literally. God damn. Is it that loud? I guess that's kind of normal for volume. Okay. Oops. That. Back to assign public variables inspector. Okay, what does it want me to do now? Got it. Assign public variables. Yeah, tank movement scripts. We want to select the tank game object in the hierarchy. Inspector. Select the movement audio picker. Select audio source. Engine idling, engine drive. Okay, that's pretty straightforward stuff here. Engine idling, engine idle, engine driving, tank, pitch range, okay. I'm curious why it's not tracking my audio listener, orthographic. Yeah. All right. So now, add the prefab to the scene. To enhance the visual realism of the tank's movement, we'll add a dust trail prefabs behind the tank's wheels. These are particular effects. Okay, so we're gonna get the dust trails prefab. Dust trails prefab. Dust trail desert, jungle, moon. So we want this one. Onto the tank object. Sure. This makes the dust trail a child of the game object. Position the trail. Dust trail and the inspector set is transformed to 0. This should already be. Playback time? What the hell is this? Dust trails achieved. Oh, they want two of them. I guess that makes sense. Focus on the scene, dust trail, duplicate the dust trail on the left side. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Dually dust trails. Duplicate this trail, yep. We're using the Mega Ball Droid. Create a tank prefab. Convert your tank game magic into a prefab. Okay, we'll do. Create tanks folder. Right, convert tank. Got it. Labor scene. Sure. Optional more things to try. Just tank movement variables. Don't care. Explore dust trail particle system settings. Start time. Start size. Yeah. Pretty self-explanatory. Review this script. Speed, turn speed, is directional, engine sound logic. Next up, camera, lighting. Optimal visibility, target range. We'll start creating a camera rig to control the movement of zoom, and then add a camera control script to automate the tracking. After testing and refining your camera settings, you move on to the lighting adjustments. Modifying the ambient and directional light, achieving desired atmosphere by the end of your game will feature a responsive camera and polished lighting. Supposedly. Make a second tank. To test your camera system, you need 2 tanks in the scene. We'll duplicate the existing tank. Assign different controls to each player. Sure. Oh, yeah, but that's changing. So what if we overrides? We don't want overrides. Who cares why I can't change the color without changing the color of everything? Should be a way to get rid of the prefab. Clearly there's not. We got player 1. This should be player 2. Prefab. Open asset. Replace unpack. There we go. No, it still changes both. Why? It's so annoying. It should not. Whatever. I'll figure that out another day. Alright, duplicate the tank. Control D, duplicate, yeah. Move the new tank, select the move tool, drag new tank to the position, rotate the tank, share. Oops. Oh, we want to rotate by the Y. This week. Like that. Oh, but that's not even... Sure. Rename the tanks tank 1 and tank 2, sure. This is tank 2. Assign controls to tank 2 and get, yeah. Is computer controlled. Select tank 2 game object, locate the tank movement script in the inspector, set player number property 2. This assigns the arrow keys as the input of... Really? Does it? Let's test. Tank 2. Yeah, we got it. Create and configure the camera rig. We're going to create an empty container called camera rig. For our camera. Alright. The camera rig act as a parent to the main camera, allowing scripts to control both the camera movement and the zoom. Create the camera rig. Reset to 0 and drop the camera into it. Easy. Position, yada yada, test. That's the setup. The hierarchy window, click and drag the main camera object to the camera rig. Move the camera rig object in the scene view and select the camera moves along with it. Yeah, I know that. How to configure the camera scripts. Select the camera rig game object hierarchy, add component camera control and select. Assign tanks in the inspector window in the control script. Use the fold out triangle to expand the targets. Select add plus. Oh, because this is just a list. So we want this. Oh, hold on. Block the inspector. Okay. Select the add button. Yeah. Select the play button and enter the play. Screen edge buffer increases the space around the tanks. Camera isn't tracking both correctly. Try increasing the value. Minimum size limits how zoomed in the camera. Good. Any changes made in play mode will be saved. Okay. Test the camera background color. Oh. In hierarchy, use the fold out. To expand the camera rig game object, select the main camera object. Expand the projection section. Projection sections right here. Copy the camera size value you currently have and temporarily increase it until you can see the background of the game. Copy the what? Copy the camera size value. Mean that? Why would I copy it? Change the background type in the camera components. Change the expand the environment. Open the background type. Hit solid color. Oh, instead of skybox, solid color. Select background. Projection section, set the camera size value to the one you had before. Oh, I'm saying, yeah, so it's saying copy what it was. It was 10. Okay. The camera, open the background type property, hit solid color, select the background color, select the background color from the dropper, select the current scene masks. Select my current scene. Oh, I got you. So we do this. We select the grass. That. Change this back to 10. I don't know why that matters, but good to know. Set the camera size value to the one you had before. This is 10. More things to try. Adjust the direction of lighting. Firing shells. Fully functional shooting system is essential to for the gameplay. This tutorial guides you through the fire transform game object, world space slider, raid firestorm. Before your tank can fire shots, you need to establish a spawn point. Fire transform game object is an empty object positioned at the tip of your thing. Okay. This ensures that every shell spawns in the correct location and follows the tank's aiming direction. Open the tank prefab. Fire transform. Sure. Explosives. Oh, they want me to do this. Open up the prefab. Right. Create the fire transform game docs. Well, by the prefab editing mode, right click on tank game object in the hierarchy, create empty objects. Fire transform. Head up to the front. Okay. On prefab editing mode, right click. Yeah. Create empty objects. Tool. Select local coordinates. Set the local coordinates. Open a toggle. Handle rotation. Drop down located at the top of your scene. Okay, it was already set to local. If not, use a rotate tool. Adjust it properly. Make sure trans is not in the box. Yep. If the fire transform game object is placed inside the box collider, spawn shells will immediately collide. Yeah, no. Firestorm game object is now set up. A basic world space slider. To give players real-time feedback on the shell's charge and power, you'll need to add a world space slider, but the tank. Unlike traditional UI elements that stay fixed on the screen, the world space UI attaches directly to the game object. Okay. This course currently uses UGI Unity UI, which is legacy solution for creator interfaces. Unity's new and improved system for creator unifies the UI toolkit, which is intended to become a recommended system. Okay, sounds like a you problem. Add a UI slider. Make sure you are in a prefab editing mode and tank. Hierarchy, when I right click tank. Hierarchy. Game objects like the UI slider. Notice that a canvas slider game object is automatically created. Important, make sure the slider game object's rectangle transform is zeros all the way across. It is. Convert the slider to world space. Select the canvas game object in the hierarchy window. In the inspector, when they use the fold out triangle to expand a canvas component, open the render property and select world space. Okay. Okay, we did that. Use the fold out triangle to extend the component component. 0.10. Position 0.10. Width and height. Width and height. 5. Looking a little jacked up there. So width and height to 3.5 to scale properly. Rotation X. Rotation X is 90. Y is 0. Does not look right. Adjust the canvas scaler. Reference pixels. Use the fold out triangle to expand canvas scaler component. Set the reference pixels unit to 1. Dude, why does it look like that? Ensure the proper alignment. Make sure to toggle tool handle position. Alright, let's just see. Canvas. World space. 0.1. 0. Rotation 90. Pivot. I don't know what the hell I need to do that for, but just the scaler, ensure proper alignment. CMV to set the pivot, not center. This allows accurate positioning when moving the slider in 3D space. The world space is now attached to the tank and will provide visual feedback for shell charging. Customize the slider. Rename the slider for clarity. Make sure you're in the tank editing mode. Change canvas to slider. Rename it aim slider. Okay. Remove unnecessary UI elements. Select the backgrounds. Game objects. Press delete. Select handle slide error. Press delete. Adjust fill area. Multi-select the aim slider and fill area. In the inspector, select the square icon and direct transform section to open the anchor presets. Hold Alt and lower right presets. It's not letting me do that. Multi-select aim slider and fill area. Maybe they wanted me to type slider to aim slider. That's possible. Use the foldout to expand a game object and select slider and aim it. Okay, let's just fix this so I don't get confused. I wanted that to be canvas. This to be aim slider. Then we multi-select. Select this, and we want this to be select aim slider fill area by holding shift. Inspector. Hold Alt. Select the lower right preset to stretch the elements to the entire canvas. Okay. Why does that look like that? And I don't know. Because I rotated them. So the canvas isn't going to be facing the same. That's probably why. We could fix that though. Modify the slider settings. Select the aim slider, get object. Select the in the inspector window, use the fold out triangle to expand the slider. Disable and interactable, right? Set transition to none. Set direction to bottom to top. Set max value 20, minimum 5. Max value to 20. You need to set max value before min value. Now the min value will be 0. Oh, I gotcha. Test the slider behavior. Move the value property slider while looking at the tank and scene view to ensure that the bar fills from bottom to top, representing a charge. Okay, I guess it's working. After testing, set the value to 20. Okay. The aim slider object is not correctly configured. Position and style the aim slider object. This step you'll redefine your position. Make sure you're in prefab editing mode. Yep. Use the fold out to expand fill area. Game object. Select fill. In the inspector window, use the fold out triangle and expand and set bottom property to 0. Update the image content. Select spray aim arrow. Okay. Select aim slider. Use the rect tool. Adjust the aim slider size position. Select the aim slider. Slider and arc, or use the rect tool to adjust left to right bounds of the aim slider. Use the move tool to position. Aim slider is not properly positioned and styled. I mean, it's fine. Use the rect tool. Adjust the left and right bounds. It's already set up, so why would you want to do that? Add and configure the script. An inspector window. Declutter the inspector. Now that the aim slider is in place, the next step is to implement the functionality of charge firing shells. The tank shooting script handles process controlling when and how the tank fires. To complete the setup, you'll link this script to the necessary game objects. In the inspector window, use the fold out triangles to collapse components. In the prefab. It's fine. That doesn't have the tank movement script. Oh, because we're not way out here. We're gonna add tank shooting. Keep the inspector window organized. Makes it, yeah, no kidding. Add the tank shooting script. Select the tank object. Add component. Align or assign a required thing. Shell. Explosives. Explosives. Gotta manually do this. It's kind of obnoxious. Can't just search it. I guess I could do it from here. Oh, because it's actually called shell. That's right. Doop-a-doop-doo. So it's that. Prefab. No. I wonder if they changed the name of it because that's not what it's called anymore. Drive the complete shell prefab. It's called complete shell. See, that's confusing. And then this fire transform, aim slider, shooting audio. In the inspector, add component. We have audio source already. The firing sound requires a separate audio source component. Okay. That seems kind of annoying. Click and drag the audio source component into the shooting. Wait, but I already have one. Why would I need a second one? I guess I do. Shooting audio. Click and drag the audio source component into the shooting audio property box in the tank. Assign the effects. Select the charging clip picker. Charging clip. Shot charging. Search for shot firing for fire clip. The tank can charge its shots, update the aim slider. Testing. Alright, well, I guess we'll see. It's gonna be kind of loud. Okay. Add shell explosives to match the worlds. The projects. Think art, materials folder, and explosive grade material used. The inspector window under the surface input section. Adjust the base map property to match adjustment. I don't know why it looks like that. Don't matter. Let me add a health slider. Let's try to speed this up a little bit. Not really learning too much here because this is all like dragging scripts and objects onto things is fine, but like they're not my scripts, so I'm not really learning anything other than just making things do stuff. Alright, so we are going to... So this is the tank prefab. We're going to add prefab's UI folder. Health slider prefab onto the canvas. Health slider. Oh, right on the canvas even. Okay. Sure, the health slider game object is a child of the game object canvas on the same level as the aim slider. Yep. Inspect the health slider prefab. Take note that the health slider game object is structured compared to the aim slider. It fills in the radial 360 degree pattern rather than moving vertically from bottom to top. It has a background child game object which is visible beneath the color filled area game object. You should now see a transparent circle appearing beneath of your tank. Well, if I don't, in the hierarchy, expand the health slider game object. Background. Oh, it's that thing. Health slider game object. In the hierarchy window, use the fold out to expand the health slider game object and view its child game objects. It refills. Okay. To expand the health slider game object and view its child components. Take note of how health slider game object works. It's a circle. You now see a transparent circle appearing beneath both of your tanks. Crazy thing is I don't. You know, maybe I do, it's just not very big. Or maybe because it's not in Scene Inspector. Right, but then they have their other canvas off. Aim slider off. Alright, since you already took the time to configure the aim slider in the last tutorial, the process will be similar and repetitive. We have provided the UI element as pre-configured prefab ready to apply. It should be. Alright, so if I hide this, I guess. Aim slider. Value changed. I don't know. This is not doing exactly what it's saying. Alright, let me just hit play, see what happens. Nothing like things not working. Hey, Poppy Gamer, what's going on? Yeah, we'll be doing this for another 20 minutes or so. I'm working on this mechanics here. Some things are working, some things aren't. You know how it goes. Take 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Well, we're getting there. This tutorial create and implement a health system for your tanks, including health slider. This step you'll add a health slider prefab. The health slider prefab is a radial UI element. Okay, since you already How to configure the aim slider object. In the last tutorial, the process would be very similar and repetitive. Yeah, provided this UI element as a pre-configured prefab, ready to apply to the tank. Enter the prefab. See if I can figure this out again. Yeah, it's gonna be still got some things going on with it, but it is pretty cool. It's closer to what I'm looking for. These aren't my assets or anything, but I'm just working on the game controls. It's kind of loud, but slider and slider. Let's just remove this, then try this again. Out slider. All right, now it's working. Yeah, it's fun. It's cool. So the idea is this is like a learning session with these graphics, but this is what I'm looking to do in my actual game. The difference is this is just like remember tanks for Atari, where you just kind of like put two or three tanks on a screen and everybody just shoots each other until they win. That's what this tutorial is, but I'm going to use that as a way to build a game where you're completing objectives and going to other levels, not just destroying the other guys on the screen. Possibly two-player co-op. Like my ideas is a two-player co-op, but there's a lot of things I want to learn, like how to make it an online game where it's more like, they call it an MMO, but not really an MMO. It's just like a open world thing where like you start the game, you have your Jeep, you can go do missions, make money, make your Jeep or tank or whatever we're going to be using better, go on missions. These are the ideas that are coming up in my head, but we got to start small. Trying to make it fun, and I can learn the systems as I go, pretty much. It should be pretty interesting. Like people play like Final Fantasy games online, like role-playing games, but I kind of want that, but like you're in a tank. I just feel like that would be cool. So, you know, that's like your modes of attack. I feel like more people would want to play that style of a game online, because it's quick, easy to go, easy thing to do. Maybe you can have multiple Jeeps. Maybe I can have a walking character where you can go through a town and buy stuff to fix up your Jeep, and your Jeep is your own little safe space in your house, and then you can take your stuff and go do missions for some reason. Some apocalyptic world where you have to survive and maybe fight against a common evil. It's kind of like a cliche thing, but it seems like it makes sense. Go take over. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. You got to start somewhere. But for now, We are level oneing this up with the learning. All right. There's a lot of stuff that I'm doing now. It's just stuff they've already pre-made, but it's helped me kind of mock up my idea that I can run with it on my own at some point. All right. So it looks like we got all this. Clean up tanks inspector. Collapse unnecessary. Rearrange components for better organization. Move script components to the bottom. Rigid body audio source components. What is it even talking about? Talk about the inspector. Scripts together, collider, the rigid body. Yeah, that all makes sense. All right, attach the tank house script to the tank prefab. Starting health 100. So we need to add. I already know what it's going to tell me to do. We need to go to our canvas. Health slider. We'll just automatically know. It will now. Fill image. Let me see, maybe we don't need a fill image. Make sure you're still in prefab editing mode. Locate the tank health. Script. Drag and drop, yeah. Assign necessary inspector. Click the drag health slider game object. Click the fill the game object for okay. Fill image. Explosion. Prefab. Explosion. It's just called explosion. Tank explosion. Assign a tank to the player's layer. Assign the tank to the player's layer. Open the tank game object in the prefab editing mode. Open the layer. Drop down. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes, change to children. Test the tank health in play mode. Enter play mode and make one entire. Okay. Huh. Woohoo! Okay, that was a thing. Adjust the health exposure settings on play mode. Use fade out. Starting health, that's fine. Max explosive, that's fine. Exit play mode and test the final results. Fine. More things to try. Experiment with full health color and zero health color. The health bar colors might look better or worse depending on the environment you've chosen. Sure, if they're green and a green thing, that's not too good. Review the tank script. Alright, moving along. Enemy tank variants. In this tutorial, you will enhance the gameplay by introducing tanks with different attributes and styles instead of only playing against yourself. We'll add AI control. They already got a script for that. Select the ground gaming object in my scene. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I hate when I do that. But not maximize. There we go. Scene. Oh, we gotta back out of here. Okay. Alright, so we are going to level, select ground. First, get the ground object and select appropriate theme, moon, ground, desert. Moon, ground, desert, or jungle. Add a nav mesh. And select the appropriate theme. Game ground object. Which is this. Okay. Add a nav mesh surface component for tank agents. Inspector window, select add component. Nav mesh. Nav mesh agent. Surface. Nav mesh surface. Open the agent type drop down and select tank. Humanoid tank. I don't know what this is. It's interesting though. Let's see what happens. This wider, more stout shape for the agent better approximates the tank's shape. Okay. Adjust object exclusions for more accurate nav mesh. Use the fold out and expand object collection section. Select nav mesh surface component. What? Object. It's a section of the nav mesh. Open the include layers and disable players so that their current positions are not considered as obstacles to avoid. Disable players. Okay, I've done something like this before. The included layers property box will now be displayed as mixed. Bake the nav mesh. Select the bake button at the bottom of the nav mesh thing. Advanced. Bake. Okay, maybe that'll make it so I don't go through buildings. That'd be cool. I've been going through buildings for some reason. Let the bake nav mesh going to generate the walkable area. Oh. Visualize the nav mesh in the scene. If you don't see the generated nav mesh, enable AI navigation in the scene view overlay. And select show nav mesh from the surfaces. I don't know what they're talking about. But I do think they're talking about this blue stuff being the AI navigation scene view. Okay. I don't know what that did. Test AI controlled. The test AI control tanks you need to enable is computer controlled, which dynamically adds a tank AI script. Enable AI control for one of the tanks. Select one of the tanks in the hierarchy. Obviously tank 2. And then we're going to go to the script, which is movement script. And we're going to enable is computer controlled. Test and observe. Whoa! Always whooping me. Man, it's good. I can still clip through things. I got destroyed. That's funny. Select the... Oh, wait. What's this? Select the pause button again to resume gameplay and try to beat the tank. Note, the tank AI script component is added dynamically when entering play mode and tank... Okay, it's computer controlled. Swap the enemy tank model. Alright. To create visually distinct tanks, you will replace one of the existing models with a different. Select tank 2 and delete it from its current model. Oh. Okay. Right click. Okay. The tank will not be invisible until a new model is added. Choose new tank model in the project window. Tanks, art, models, tank folder. Okay. Let's do that. I think we're gonna toss in a little spaceship guy, maybe. I think he looks cool. Dun, dun, dun. Just make sure that the transform is, in fact, all zeros. This guy is. If you want to adjust a new scale property, okay, that makes sense. Optional adjustments for accuracy. Adjust the fire transform game mode's position so that it shoots fire correctly. If necessary, modify the box collider component. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Create a tank prefab variant. We gotta set this guy up a little bit. So he has... Okay. I want to change the color. Should be able to. Yeah, but it changes mine too. That's so weird. I get that. Maybe they'll explain that. A prompt appears asking whether to create original or prefab. Select prefab variant. Oh, okay. So for tank 2... It still changes at all? I don't get that, man. I don't get it. Alright. I don't know what I'm doing with that. Select prefab variant to retain shared behavior. Oh, to retain shared behavior. Okay. Make your original tank a prefab variant. In the hierarchy, select tank 1 and rename it something more descriptive. Oh, I gotcha. Observe that the tank EMS's cube icon now has one side that appears shaded, indicating it's now a prefab variant. I guess. Make your original tank a prefab as well. Tank 1. Tank 2 variant, Tank 1 variant. Alright, so now if I change these are variants of the original, not of each other. No, it doesn't make a difference. That's stupid. Whatever. Now, any changes you make to the original tank prefab will automatically apply to those ones. The system ensures that shared functionality remains consistent across. Okay, so it's like the opposite of what I'm trying to do. Edit the new tank stats. Each tank variant should have unique firepower and such. What else do we have left to do here? Alright, I think we're going to stop here. So I think what else we do? Just health settings, upgrade weapon properties, playtest your tanks, Tank movement script. Yeah, you do all that through the tank movement script. It's probably fine. All there's left in this tutorial: audio mixing, start menu, game manager. That's basically it. There's really not that much left, so. One last fun step. Did I blow him up in one shot? Did he blow himself up? Funny. I think he did. Oh yeah, he did because of where the thing shows up. Okay, we can fix that. That's an easy fix. I forgot all about that. So we go here. We gotta go to canvas slider? No, because that actually worked. When you go to the fire transform, alright, cool. So that's that for now. Let me just make sure that I save this to my save everything. Save the scenes. Guess we can't save scenes unless we're in the scene, huh? Version control out, make sure the stuff none of my other stuff saved apparently. Next up is audio mixing, menus, etc. All right. That was enough fun for the night. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll be on tomorrow, Wednesday? Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow will be a toss-up. I'm either going to be doing more game development or I'm going to be playing Lunar on the NES on my alternate channel. So, see you then. Take care.